Hey, let's talk about something we all need at some point in life. A faith that doesn't waver, even when things get tough. You know those days when it feels like the world is falling apart around us. In those moments, having a strong faith makes all the difference. But here's the secret. This faith isn't something that just appears out of nowhere. It's like a muscle that we strengthen over time, with practice, and of course, with daily habits. Just imagine facing challenges with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, your faith will keep you steady. So, let's explore together how to strengthen this faith every day. Now, to start building an unshakable faith, there's a crucial point: consistency. It's that old story that, for anything to work, it needs repetition, right? It's not much different with faith. Small steps every day make a huge difference in the long run. Imagine you're planting a seed. If you take care of it a little every day, watering and giving it the attention it needs, soon it will grow into a strong and sturdy tree. The same goes for our faith. You don't need to do anything gigantic, but be consistent in the small things. And little by little, you'll notice that you're stronger than ever to face any situation. Shall we take these small steps together and see the magic happen? Let's talk about the first step to building unshakable faith: setting aside quality time with God through meditation and prayer. And when I say quality time, I'm not just talking about a quick ritual or an obligation. I'm talking about a genuine, intimate moment where you really connect and feel the divine presence. Imagine starting your day by dedicating the first few minutes to just being in silence, breathing deeply, and focusing your mind on thoughts of peace and gratitude. This is the moment to disconnect from worries, put aside your phone, social media, and simply focus on God. Meditation is not just emptying the mind, but directing it to what really matters. It's creating space to hear God's gentle voice in your heart. It can be as simple as focusing on a verse, a promise, or an aspect of God's character that inspires you. Then comes prayer, which is like opening your heart to a trusted friend. It doesn't need to be a long prayer or with elaborate words. In fact, the simpler and more sincere, the better. It's a moment to express your concerns, your thanks, your requests, and especially your hopes. It's there that you strengthen your relationship with God, making it real and tangible in your daily life. It's through prayer that you acknowledge that you're not alone, that there's a greater purpose guiding your steps. Set aside a specific time for this daily meeting. It can be upon waking, during a break at work, or before going to bed. The most important thing is consistency. It's like nurturing a friendship. The more time you dedicate, the stronger it becomes. Over time, you'll find that these moments with God not only bring you peace but also fill you with strength and clarity to face daily challenges. And you know what's most amazing? This habit starts to overflow into other areas of your life. You begin to notice that worries diminish, decisions become clearer, and problems that once seemed huge appear smaller when you're centered in faith. Daily meditation and prayer are not just an escape, but a fundamental pillar for building a purposeful life and a faith that truly sustains you. So, how about starting today? Find that quiet corner, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself this moment of connection. Remember, it's not about the amount of time, but about the quality of this time with God. And with practice, you'll feel that every minute invested is another brick in building a faith that nothing can shake. The next essential step to strengthening your faith is engaging in daily reading and reflection on the Scriptures. The Bible is more than an ancient book. It is a living source of wisdom, comfort, and guidance. But for it to really make a difference in your life, it's more than just reading for the sake of reading. It's about diving into the words, absorbing them, and applying them in your daily life. Often, reading the Bible can seem like a challenge, especially if you're just starting out or have never made it a consistent habit. The tip here is to start slow, without rushing. You don't need to read entire chapters at once. Sometimes a single verse, when meditated upon carefully, can have more impact than lengthy readings. Choose a time when you feel most focused. It could be first thing in the morning, before starting your activities, or at night when everything is calmer. A good strategy is to start with the Psalms or the Gospels. The Psalms offer comfort and express a range of emotions that we can all relate to. The Gospels connect us directly with the teachings and example of Jesus, which are the foundation of our faith. Additionally, using reading plans or devotionals can help guide your study time and ensure you keep moving forward, even on days when motivation seems low. Another important point is not to feel overwhelmed by the need to understand everything at once. Reading the scriptures is a journey, and each time you return to a text, there is an opportunity to see something new. Take a moment to reflect on what you read. How does it apply to your life? What is God trying to teach you today through this text? Meditation and the practical application of what you read are as important as the reading itself. And remember, the Bible is a powerful tool for communication with God. When reading, allow yourself to ask questions, seek answers, and even jot down your thoughts or what caught your attention the most. Keep a spiritual journal where you can record your reflections, prayers, and insights. This not only helps solidify learning but also becomes an incredible record of your faith journey. Over time, you'll find that these daily moments with the scriptures become a true foundation. Reading ceases to be just a habit and becomes an ongoing conversation with God, where you feel guided and supported. Each page, each verse, becomes a reminder that God is with you, offering wisdom and direction for every step of your walk. And so, with dedication and consistency, Bible reading transforms not just your day but your entire life. Now let's talk about a habit that has the power to completely change how you view life: practicing gratitude. Amid the ups and downs of everyday life, it's easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what's missing, what went wrong, or what we still haven't achieved. But the practice of gratitude invites us to look at the good things, at the little blessings that often go unnoticed. Gratitude is much more than a simple "thank you." It is a state of mind, a conscious choice to acknowledge and appreciate what we have instead of worrying about what we lack. When you practice gratitude, your perspective changes, and suddenly, what seemed like a huge problem starts to lose weight. This habit reminds us that, regardless of circumstances, there's always something to be thankful for, and that strengthens our faith. A practical way to start is to keep a gratitude journal. It can be something simple. Every day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be major achievements. They can be small moments, like a pleasant conversation, someone's smile, or even just having a comfortable place to rest. Over time, this journal becomes a personal treasure, a constant reminder of the daily blessings God grants us. If journaling isn't your thing, another suggestion is simply setting aside a few minutes of your day to reflect on these blessings. It could be on your way to work, while having your coffee, or before bed. Dedicate this time to mentally thank for all the good that happened that day, no matter how simple it seems. This practice helps keep your heart and mind focused on the positive, which naturally boosts your faith and gives you more strength to face challenges. Moreover, gratitude also reflects in how we relate to others. When we cultivate a grateful heart, we become more patient, more generous, and more likely to see the good in people and situations. It's a cycle that only brings benefits. The more you practice gratitude, the more reasons you find to be grateful, and your faith grows in this positive spiral. In difficult times, when faith seems shaken, revisiting your journal entries or simply recalling these blessings can be a real balm. It's a tangible reminder that, even on the cloudiest days, there is always light. The practice of gratitude is not just a healthy habit but a true anchor that keeps your faith firm, helping you navigate life's challenges with more serenity and confidence. So, how about starting today? Gratitude can transform your faith journey in ways you never imagined. Let's talk about one of the most powerful pillars for strengthening your faith: getting involved in a faith community. We live in a world where, often, we feel isolated, facing our challenges alone. But the truth is, we were not made to walk alone. We need each other. Being part of a community, whether it's a church, a Bible study group, or even informal gatherings with people who share the same faith, makes a huge difference in our spiritual journey. Being in a community means having a space where you can share your joys, doubts, and even your struggles. It's where you find people who understand you, support you, and often have gone through what you are going through. It's a place of mutual exchange, where you not only receive but can also offer support and encouragement. And this exchange strengthens everyone's faith. You know that saying, strength in numbers. That's exactly it. When we're together, we're stronger, and our convictions become even more solid. Moreover, the community offers the opportunity to learn and grow from others' experiences. You hear testimonies of overcoming, miracles, and stories of how God has worked in people's lives, and that feeds your own faith. It's not just about attending services or meetings, but about forming genuine bonds, where people truly care about each other. This type of connection brings a sense of belonging and purpose, which are fundamental to a robust life of faith. One of the great benefits of being in a faith community is the support in difficult times. When your faith is challenged, when things seem hopeless, having people by your side to pray with you, listen to you, and give you that little push you need is invaluable. The community becomes that solid foundation you can lean on, knowing that no matter how turbulent the sea is, you are not alone. And often, it's this support that helps you weather the storms with your head held high and your heart confident. And let's be honest, we all need a word of encouragement every now and then. We need someone to remind us of God's promises, to help us see what sometimes seems impossible to see on our own. Getting involved in a community means having access to that constantly. It's an environment where faith is reinforced not only by words but by actions and genuine love among members. If you are not yet part of a faith community, consider taking this step. Look for a welcoming church, join small groups, or even create your own gatherings. The important thing is to surround yourself with people who share the same journey, because faith, when lived in community, becomes more vibrant, more real, and undoubtedly more unshakable. After all, together, we are much stronger. Finally, but certainly not least, we have the habit of applying faith practically in everyday life. Faith isn't just something we save for prayer moments, or when we're inside a church. It's alive, active, and should be reflected in our daily actions. As they say, faith without works is dead. And that doesn't mean we need to perform great gestures all the time, but rather incorporate the principles and values of our faith in all areas of our lives. Living faith in practice is being a reflection of Christ in the small things. It's acting with kindness, even when no one is watching. It's treating people with respect and compassion, regardless of who they are. It's being honest, even if it means giving up an easy advantage. It's these small daily choices that, together, shape who we are and demonstrate our faith to the world. One of the most powerful aspects of the practical application of faith is the impact it has on the people around us. When you act with integrity and do what's right, even when it's difficult, it speaks volumes about your faith and values. Helping someone in need, offering a comforting word, or even being patient in stressful situations are ways to show faith through your actions. And often, these actions speak louder than any sermon. They are the living testimony that faith is more than words, it's action. Additionally, living faith in practice challenges us to step out of our comfort zone. Sometimes it means forgiving when we'd rather hold a grudge, or taking the first step towards reconciliation, even if we weren't the cause of the conflict. Other times, it's having the courage to stand up for what's right, even if it goes against the majority opinion. These acts of faith strengthen us and draw us closer to God, showing that we are willing to put into practice what we believe. And of course, the practical application of faith also involves serving others. Jesus taught us to love our neighbor as ourselves and to serve with humility and joy. When we help someone, we're not just doing good, we are being God's hands and feet here on earth. And this willingness to serve is a direct manifestation of the faith we carry. Ultimately, the practical application of faith is what makes our belief real and tangible, not only to us but to those who observe us. It is an opportunity to be light amid darkness, to bring hope where there is despair, and to show that a life guided by faith is not only possible but deeply transformative. So every day, seek ways to apply your faith in everything you do. Whether in words, actions, or decisions, let your life reflect the faith you have. And remember, it's not just the big gestures that count, but the small daily choices that, together, build an unshakable faith and a life that honors God. Let's be realistic. Establishing these habits is a big step, but keeping them is a challenge in itself. Everyone goes through phases where motivation decreases, distractions increase, and procrastination seems like the easiest path. And it's okay to admit that. The journey of strengthening faith through daily habits is full of ups and downs, and the important thing is to recognize obstacles and find ways to overcome them, without blaming yourself when things don't go as planned. One of the biggest challenges we face is the lack of consistency. Sometimes, discouragement hits, the day gets busy, or we simply get distracted by other things. The first tip to overcome this is to remember that small steps are better than none. If you couldn't meditate for 10 minutes today, that's okay, do 5 minutes. If you miss your usual reading time, read a verse before bed. The secret is not to give up, even if the practice of the habit isn't perfect every day. Remember, it is consistency, not perfection, that brings results. Another trick is to create visual reminders or alarms on your phone to help you remember your commitments to these habits. Having a simple schedule or to-do list for your time with God can be very helpful. But don't hold too rigidly to the schedule. It's a guide, not an unbreakable rule. If today you couldn't follow the plan, adjust for the next day without guilt. The important thing is to keep the momentum, no matter how small. It's also crucial to recognize the factors that distract you the most and try to minimize them. It could be the phone, the television, or even that urge to stay in bed longer. Identify what most pulls you away from your habits and think of ways to work around it. Maybe it means starting the day by turning off phone notifications or creating a quiet space where you can focus without interruptions. When discouragement, or the feeling that it's not working, arises, remember why you started. Go back to the greater purpose that led you to create these habits: a stronger faith, a life more connected with God, a calmer mind. Revisiting your why can renew your motivation and give you that extra push to continue. Finally, don't hesitate to seek support. Share your challenges with your faith community, ask for prayer, or find an accountability partner who can encourage and motivate you in difficult times. Remember, no one is an island, and even in spiritual challenges, having the support of others makes a big difference. Maintaining these habits can be tough, but with simple strategies and a good dose of patience with yourself, it's entirely possible to overcome obstacles. The journey is personal and unique to each one, and every effort, no matter how small it may seem, is a step in the right direction. So keep going, adjust what's necessary, and above all, be kind to yourself. The unshakable faith you're building is a process, and every day is a new opportunity to start again.